The next bill we're going to hear is by myself, 5027 by Representative McNamara, an act relating to educational accountability. And this act would incorporate in the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education's SurveyWorks as a school climate indicator for the LEAs to measure and evaluate performance of local education in the schools. School climate is very important. We saw in the kids count analysis of school culture and data that, for example, 46% of the parents in the state of Rhode Island said they had little or no contact with their child's schools. That is an important indicator for school culture, connection, and climate. And these indicators should be in a place that's accessible for the public. And I believe it's also important for decision makers, because when we see newer educational institutions that are soliciting students on the sole recommendation of parents, it's my understanding with 46% of the parents, almost half of them not engaged in the schools, that when you remove from a school culture parents who are engaged and concerned, it hurts the institutions that we currently call public schools. So I think it's something that we should all be aware of and knowledgeable of. Are there any questions about that? Yes. Representative Fenton Fung.
Hi, thank you, Chairman. So I have a question because I looked into SurveyWorks in and of itself, because I think what you're saying is so true that we need to engage our parents a lot more, especially in some of the communities where we're seeing problems like Providence and whatnot. Here in Cranston, and I believe also in Providence, we have a very large Southeast Asian population, and also different, Chinese and whatnot, a little more on the Asian side. Unfortunately, SurveyWorks right now, from what I understand in Rhode Island, is only available in Portuguese, Spanish, and English. I was wondering if we could ask them to engage in, especially languages that aren't using Latin-based alphabets, if there was an option that we can, properly get to these families and engage them, because we know that those populations tend to be in some of these problem areas right now that we're seeing that we're not engaging as well as we should.
Thank you. That's a good suggestion. Bill, could we write that down as a possible amendment, and we will contact, I spoke with the Department of Education earlier today, Representative, and I know that even particularly in Western Cranston, there's a large population, and the Asian parents, the whole families are very involved, not just the parents. So, good suggestion.
Thank you, Chairman.
Are there any further questions? Thank you. That concludes the hearing on 5027.